Hello everyone. Today we will see the solution of this question, which is named as interesting ring. There is no solution uploaded on YouTube for this question, so I have decided to make one. So in this question we first take an input n, then there is an array which contains an integers, and each element represents the price of bottles of drink in ith shop, and the third line contains single integer which is q, and there followed by q lines in each, and each one containing one integer which represents number of coins Vasily can spend on ith day. So if we check the given test case, the first is n, which is 5, then an array of 5 integers, then q, and followed by 4 q queries. So for each query we have to print the number of elements which are less than equal to m. For example, in first query, uh, which is the value of m is 1, but there is no element less than equal to 1, so we print 0. In next test case, the value of m is 10, and there are 4 elements which are less than equal to 10, so the answer is 4. And similarly for 3 and 11. So after checking this, we can say it would look like that the solution of this question would be very easy. But if you use because we can use a simple for loop to count the number of elements which are less than equal to m. But if we use a for loop in this question, the time complexity of the question will become O of q into n, which will not work, and we will get an time limit exceeded error uh, in this question. So we have to use a different approach. So my approach for this question is to count first frequencies of the elements in the array, and then pre take the prefix sum of the frequency array, and according to that output the answer. For example, if we take the test case shown here, we get array as 3, 10, 8, 6, 11. Now if we save the frequency in an array named f, uh, which will represent frequency of ith element on ith position. So frequency of 1 in the original array is 0, frequency of 2 in the original array is again 0, frequency of 3 in the original array is 1, 0, 4 is 0, 5 is 0, 6 is 1, 7 is 0, 8 is 1, and 9 is 0, 10 is 1, and 11 is 1, up to it will go up to 1e5, cause the constant for xi is 1 to 1e5. So after calculating the frequency, we will take the prefix sum of the frequency array, which is the sum of all elements before and equal to ith place. So for first it will be the sum of first element, for second it will be sum of first element to second element, for 3 it's sum of first to third element, and 4 and up to 1e5, cause the constraint for xi is 1 to 1e5. So after finding the prefix array, we will just print p of m, and the time complexity of this question will become O of q plus n, which is very less than O of q into n. So let's see the code for this question. So first we take an input n, then we declare 3 vectors. First is v, then there is f, and then there is pf. First we are taking inputs of the array in and saving them in vector v, then adding all the frequencies in the f vector, and doing the prefix sum for all of the uh, frequencies, and saving it into a pf vector. Then we take input of q, and while q minus minus, we take input as we take input an integer int x, and if the given integer is greater than 1e5, means if it is greater than the highest value of xi, it is obvious that we can Vasily can buy all the bottles, and if it is not, then we have to see out prefix of x. Now let's run this code on our test cases. So it shows the correct test case. Let's try to submit this. So this got accepted. So for this question, there are another two approaches also which you can use. uh, you can use binary search for calculating the number which is greater than the number which is strictly greater than m, and according to that we can find the number of elements which are less than that number. And you can also use upper bound, which will calculate the number strictly greater than m, and according to that we can get its iterator and find the number of elements which are less than or equal to m. So this was the whole logic of this question. I hope you understand it. Thank you.